Ironic introduction to another video. I'm just gonna grind some arena here, at least for quite a bit. Enjoy the loving grind and see how it goes. 4-star should be coming up relatively soon. Try to grab maybe these tier 4 basics today. I've put the 5 stars in quite a few places, so if I don't have enough, I might not. It is what it is. It'll be worth it. How's it going, Dr. Daniel? Oof. Just closing the comments off like that already, huh? Rip the live chat, but you know, when it's over, it's over. That's the last comment, right? How's it going, Krusty Dusty? Welcome, welcome. Just another Monday grinding those units. Gonna be a big multitasking day. My other games got the equivalent of Alliance War going on right now, and I'm actually participating, so we'll see. My crew's probably pretty surprised because I've been pretty AFK these last few rounds. I think I participated in the last one, like the first 2 out of 5 days. I'd say that's pretty good, all things considered. I'm trying to carry a guy incursions, but he's using 1 stars in sector 5. That's rough. Why? Is it intentional? I mean, did you know you were going in for the carry? Nice, a kid with a gun. I like Ronin personally. He's a pretty solid thing counter if you're good with him. He doesn't have the world's largest amount of utility, which is, you know, unfortunate, but it's a thing. His damage output is relatively good. He's suicide friendly. He's essentially just your standard, you know, guy with a sword in the game. Like, that's really the best way to describe him. But I like him. He's pretty good. I've seen some solid play of him. He's decent for an Alliance War Thing Boss takedown, that kind of a thing. Nothing super amazing, but definitely better than, like, you know, present day Hulkbuster, for as long as I can meme that. Old, if you remember me, it's Yar, TTV YouTuber, but I do remember you. Seen you quite around. I've seen you quite a bit hanging around. There we go. I can speak full sentences. David Lingham questioned, how do I counter flow? Flow tactics. That's the one there. They gain like a power gain every time you crit, right? So I think like Guillotine 2099, champions with low crit chance as well. I've seen, I believe KT1 has been using She-Hulk as well as Magic to handle those fights a lot. Personally, I'm not in the tiers where we have the global node at the moment. We're just slightly shy, but I probably will end up quaking and ghosting most of mine anyways. Yeah, probably those. I believe nullification still works, if I'm not wrong. I haven't had the chance to figure it out. Is there a specific fight you're looking for help with? A specific, you know, mini or something? I could give better targeted advice than I can general node advice, because it's not exactly the most interactive node, to be honest. He expects me to get him to zone 10 ML with the degen on. Dr. Daniel, that seems pretty one-sided there, mate. Is Iron Man Infinity War good? Also have him as a 5-star. He is pretty good, a kid with a gun. Iron Man Infinity War, he has a great kit of utility, you know, with armor ups and shock, incinerate, and heal block. Kind of a wonky heal block. It's not, you know, universal, but it's there. And a really good tank But I think my issue with Iron Man Infinity War, and the reason a lot of people end up not using him, is any fight you use him in is just destined to be a long fight. He's tanky, so he'll get through it. It's just, you know, speed is king in a lot of content, and not everybody's trying to have a 10-minute fight on everything they do. How's it going, Shadow31? Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Let's see. You're on path 3, so I need to counterflow and Psychic Thorns at the same time. Nullify doesn't work. You need a counter Psychic Thorns and flow. I would say Quake. I think Magic will still work okay there. Let's see. I think Omega Red should do decent with the tentacles and some good special baiting. I think Human Torch is probably going to be okay. No, actually that was a bad one. I'll take that one back. I think if you ramp up a Captain Marvel movie, you should be okay there as well. With the invulnerability if yours is awakened. I'm sure there are other options. Those are like the first ones that come to mind, I'd say. Sure, you could use Havoc with the special 3 method if you can bait enough specials. You could bring Captain America Infinity War, any tech champion. Any tech champion like you use to counter Psychic Thorns. There's not the largest list there, but there's a couple. And then bring like the Vision synergy and rely on that permanent power drain every time. That full power drain, that synergy could help out a bit. Whew. That's a tough path for sure, though, depending on what you're working with. Crusty Dusty. I would give Mr. Sinister the advantage on general node purposes, but the champion better defender if you're specifically placing him on the boss node and he's high sig. But yeah, generally speaking, Mr. Sinister is going to be better. Yeah, Dr. Daniel, I don't know why you would carry someone to Sector 10 like that, or Zone 10 like that, unless they were like a friend or something. And even then, that seems a bit one-sided. Spidey, nice, up the Havoc recommendation. See, your tier 1 offer from 565 on your Captain Marvel. She's SIG 100. Nice. David Lingham, yeah. So if you just spend the first part of the fight just parrying on that Psychic Thorns, maybe throwing a couple parry heavies, but with flow, I'd probably just go straight to 25, and then try to ramp up to a special 2, throw your special 2 and end the fight. Be a good time overall, I'd say. Happy Monday, everybody. How's it going, Double P? How's it going? MKG, welcome, welcome. Dr. Daniel, if you're asking me if I can carry you incursions, I couldn't even get past Zone 9 myself. I flopped on Zone 10, got hit in the face and died, but even if I could, I wouldn't. I don't know if you saw my video kind of reviewing incursions, but in my opinion, it's really not worth doing after your first time every 5 days. So I did the first one. I got my top zone reward for Zone 9. And then I'll go in, you know, maybe sometime in the next 30 days, and I'll grab my top zone rewards in Sector 6. And then I'll call it a day. Oh, I'm going to die to the... Yep. That was unfortunate. Gotta love Void. Did I see your diss track? No, I don't. But I don't think you're talking to me. See, Crusty Dusty. Are you ranking specifically for defense, Crusty Dusty? I love a good defense rank up. Yeah, so if you're strictly asking for like the defense opinion, I would personally give a strong edge to the Mr. Sinister. Just be careful there. A lot of people be ranking up Mr. Sinister these days. So you run the risk of, like, if you ever move alliances and your alliance doesn't have the need for a Mr. Sinister, you know, you move on to the next alliance and they already have a Mr. Sinister, and that's, like, such an awkward position to be in. I personally ranked up a Nightcrawler back in the day, and he just sits on my roster completely unused because, you know, everybody has a rank 5 Nightcrawler for defense. You know, just kind of an unfortunate reality. What are your other options, Krusty Dusty? Anyone solid? How's it going, Owen? Ooh, I like that. Going Owen. Sorry, I'll only say it once, maybe a couple times more, but we'll end it there for now at least. Sinister's kind of fun with the Havoc synergy. Yeah, I like the D-Gen on Sinister there as well. He's solid. He's an okay attacker. I don't ever find like a, fully valuable reason to use him. Don't worry, I like saying, hey, Jay. Ooh, I like that too. Can't help it. The rhyming scheme, it's too nice. It's too nice, especially when you stumble upon it. There's not that many options for defense because of my trash luck with the game. Rip Krusty. But you'd be surprised. Some of the trash tier champions are solid diversity rank ups. I see Kingpin and King Groot kind of often. I see Black Panther's Civil War fairly frequently. Iceman, Void, those are standard rank ups as well. Heimdall on defense, of course, for that unblockable special 2 is pretty common. Colossus on defense, although I am naming quite a few of the better champions, of course, with mixed values as well. But you could always go for one of those more obscure diversity style rank ups as well. Not everything has to be, just a strong defender. Sometimes it's a strong diversity defender. And it's just all about putting as much pressure on the opposing alliance as possible, getting them to use items, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm pretty fast to slam the timeout button, Dr. Daniel. It's really the only way, just hiding the message, which was good. I really appreciate you doing that, but just hiding the message, it's not really good enough for the most part. In those kinds of situations, I like there to be a clear repercussion. For things I don't really tolerate. Looking good. That should be okay. Boom. My 4-star should come up sometime in like the next 5 to 10 minutes. Not even. Burn through those. Burn through the rest of my 5 stars. And then I'll say progress will have been good. At this point, I'm just hoarding up 5-star crystals because I'm too scared to open them and get something bad. Ah, Crusty Dusty, I can understand that feeling, but how many are you holding, mate? Kinda gotta just rip the band-aid off, you know? I know a lot of people who hoard their crystals in hopes that if they save like 10 at a time or something, they'll get something good. I've just always been the kind of person who thinks it feels way worse to pull 10 crystals and get 10 bad pulls than it does to pull 1 crystal 10 times and get 10 bad pulls. Because there's like no delayed disappointment that way, you know? It's just 1 crystal, and it accelerates pretty quickly to the point where you're opening crystals fairly frequently. So it's not as bad. Ho, 9 crystals. Just, you know, speaking of holding 10 crystals and getting nothing good. Oof. At this point, though, you might as well just wait for a specific champion you want to go into the basic in the hopes you can get them. Just ranked up your Captain Marvel. Nice, David Lingham. Congrats, dude. How's that feel? She's an absolute beast, isn't she? I still use mine. 5 days out of 8. 5 days out of 9? However frequent Alliance Quest is open. Awakened Old Man Logan, so I used a gem on Aegon. Any Aegon tips, Jay? Yeah, Double P. Don't get hit. Whew, crushed it. No, once you hit over 999, right, you know, once you hit 1,000 combo, essentially, so max persistent charge plus 1, your attacks are unblockable. Your crits are, at least. So you just want to hit into the opponent's block, and that's your alternative opening. It's honestly, like, besides his like insane power spike, just in raw damage output, that's really what makes him so good. Is he has like natural ability accuracy reduction and the ability to have unblockable attacks. And the unblockable attacks means that you can take an alternative opening and you're not like intercept reliant or parry reliant, so you don't have to worry about being tanky. You don't have to worry really about being good because you can just dodge, cause the opponent to force block, and then pummel their block. Get a full combo off. It's pretty wild. Profit. But yeah, outside of that, like very, very basic understanding, I don't really know too much about Aegon because I don't use him. You ranked her up without using him? Damn, David. That was a commitment. Well, good luck, and I hope you enjoy. That's wild. Get comfortable. Parrying 10 to 12 times in succession is actually it's a little trickier than you might think. You kind of get lost on the timing a little bit, but if you can nail that every time in war, it's going to be a great time for you, I can guarantee. I got you worried. Sorry, Krusty. I didn't mean to give you that anxiety, man. I'm sure you'll do fine. I'm sure you'll do fine. How's it going, Wee Doll? Just hanging out, man. Just hanging out, getting these arena points in. Doing some Unite and Fight for my other game. Got that on auto. Reno on, you know, brainless, at least. And just hanging out. It's tough to focus on too many things, so MCOC and chill is perfect right about now. 4-star should be coming up any second now. That would be ideal, at least. Strange. Might be stuck waiting on the full time limit there. That's going to be unfortunate. Could you not? Thank you. Whew. Just forgot I had Darkhawk and Mysterio. Are they worthy on defense unawakened? They kind of are crusty dusty. You could make a strong argument for ranking of both. Darkhawk you're going to want awakened for defense though, because of the auto block. And Mysterio is also better awakened because of the passive gain on his poison charges or whatever those are called. Kind of a thing, but if you ranked up one of those two, I think Mysterio would be less commonly seen. Darkhawk's a little more common, particularly like on the Aegis Heavy and stuff. Yeah, when I got Ghost, I practiced with her so much. Honestly, it took me 6 months to use her without the Wasp synergy. Hey, but if you got it, you got it, David. Grats. Punjabi, I got you with that fist bump, bro. Peace to you. Peace be with you. Especially in these times. It's crazy. Hope all is good. Nice. Solid 10k off of that on the Aftershock. I think I finished the quest there. Ugh. Sim Supreme, Nick Fury, Killmonger, Dr. Daniel. There's other options, but those three are probably the best. I didn't have a hard time with her either, but she's pretty easy with Sim Supreme in my opinion. Ooh, Bought in Blood. That's weak, dude. Were you able to maybe reach out to Kabam support and be like, hey, I was in this alliance and I didn't get the rewards. They kicked me out before rewards were out. Can you do anything about it? Sometimes it'll help you out in those cases just because of, you know, the delay. But that's just kind of a BM on your alliance's part, regardless of the reason. Will AA work? I don't remember the nodes. I just remember she's got the bleed need. So I know Archangel will do some work there. I just don't remember if he can get the solo. Dr. Daniel. I'm sorry. I just remember she's got Do You Bleed. As a node. It's alright. Down here, I think it's Do You Bleed and like Explosive Personality or something. It's alright. Down here in Virginia, my mom has lost 7 family members. Wow. So far to Corona in Ecuador, she's going through it right now. That is rough, Punjabi. That's not good to hear either. I'm very sorry. It's crazy out there, and, you know, hopefully that's the worst of it. Lots of bad news out there, man. Lots of bad news. 4 stars. Tired. Hyperion loves me. Thanks, Rob. That makes me feel good. Makes me feel good, especially since I haven't shown Hyperion due love. So I'm glad that he still cares for me. Maybe I'd love him more if his fist wasn't awkwardly curved. Sorry, that was a low blow. You could say I'm a little bit twisted. Kind of like his arm. Back to back. Straight savage. You're the first incursion-focused alliance. I mean, it's a fun game mode, Dr. Daniel. I'll give it that. But in a game like MCOC that's so heavily progression-based, it's just, you know, it's got to be fun and rewarding. And incursions, they just don't hit the long-term rewarding. But I don't think they were meant to. I think they're supposed to be a nice little break, not a permanent grind mode. And we struggle through with the 4 stars. Man. Something about 4 stars just puts me to sleep. Don't know what it is. You've still yet to get any Nick Fury. Bought in Blood, it's a pain, dude. It's a pain. You might not ever. Is the sad and unfortunate reality there. You might not ever. I hope that's not the case. I hope you get one, but RNG is weird that way, you know? I don't know. I don't know who you're referring to with White Nick, so I'm gonna give it to Samuel L. Jackson because it's Samuel L. Jackson, and I don't feel like there's really a competition there, even if I did know. Feels a bit disrespectful to the man to only refer to him as the current Nick Fury. It's Samuel L. freaking Jackson, so show the man some respect. Even I don't even really know actors' names, and I know his. It's like Paul Rudd. How do you not know Paul Rudd? You just gotta accept the name. Tom Holland can just be regular Spider-Man, but Paul Rudd and Samuel L. Jackson deserve to be acknowledged by their actors' names. Just like Tony Stark. It's just Tony Stark. There's no Robert Downey Jr., just Tony Stark playing Tony Stark. He embodies that character very, very well. Yeah, you got to give me actor names there, Dr. Daniel, though, for me to do anything with it. I mean, there's still a strong chance I won't be able to do anything with it, but I can't do anything with vague definitions. Could maybe Google it. Hyperion's forgiveness is yours. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Hyperion seems to be lighthearted at the very least then. I do appreciate. Although, I do gotta say, the plot holes in Ant-Man are just brutal. Especially with Ant-Man 2. Gosh, glancing is like the worst ability they introduced to the game. Hate it. I hate that ability. maybe not the worst, but definitely one of the worst. We'll go with that. Nice. Okay. You fix plot holes by putting the word quantum in front of any solution. Easy, it's the Marvel way out. Oh, I love it, Double P. That is their solution, though, for sure. Priceless. Yeah, David Lingham, you've been sleeping on one of the best champions in the game there. So, congrats on that rank up, bro. Congrats on that. You've been hard sleeping on just an absolute banger. Do I think Blade and Sparky are top of the god tier now, not beyond? I think Sparky still retains his value because I've seen some like really solid value of Stark Enhanced even in 6.3. I haven't particularly seen anything in 6.4, but I feel like that's just because I haven't looked hard enough. Blade might get that boot down a little bit for sure. Do you think so? I think the thing is that I don't, like I said, like the reason I felt the need to make my own tier list is because I don't believe in the whole god tier or demigod tier and all that jazz. It's just rating the champions that way. It doesn't fit with the game, the way the game works, you know? It's better to like reflectively look at champions based on their value and their utility and like the stages each player is individually in the game, and it's tough to do a comprehensive list or kind of tiering system because like someone like Blade and a young roster, even to this date, like in a relatively new roster, a 5-star Blade is just such a valuable rank up, you know, especially Awakened. He's just going to save you so many units, so many resources, pushing content, doing Alliance Quest, doing Alliance War, and he's just going to provide you a really solid answer through so much of the game. But like in a high-end, you know, roster, when you're pushing like Act 6.4, that's when you can back off and say, I don't really need Blade as much. So like the perspective there kind of rates his value. Really big deal. Yeah, David Lingham, exactly. So now I feel like everything's just got to go on this like relative progression curve of like, you know, would definitely rank 5, would only rank 4 for sure, and would rank 4 for utility, and then rank 4 for defense, those kinds of things. And then everything, it's all this scaled shift where it's just like, you know, yeah, you've got your champions, you no doubt rank 5 because they're just so absurdly powerful. Like, it's not even a question. Like, Corvus Glaive still currently makes that list, and Ghost and Quake, like, they're just so absurd that there's no doubt. But other champions who are, like, absolutely amazing really only see that rank 5 in more specific scenarios, like Aegon, etc. It's just tough. It's really, really tough to do. That's why I don't look forward to having to update my list personally, I'm going to put that off for as long as I can, probably until like 20 people call me out on it. And they're like, hey, it's been about a year. When are you going to update that list? And then I'll be like, crap. Thought I could get away with it. Whew, that was a long tangent. How's it going, Sam? Depends on how long it is, Dr. Daniel. Depends on how long it is. And how there's timestamps and stuff. I gotta be frank, mate. If, you know, I don't even watch Seaton's list. I look at it, and then I go, maybe not what I would do. And then I back off. It'd have to be pretty comprehensive and well done and detailed. I'd give it a look, but I can't guarantee I'd watch the whole thing. But I'd at least give it a look. I could tell you that. But can't say I'd watch the whole thing. Just being honest, man. I'm not trying to do it. But tier lists, that's lengthy content, mate. It's a lot of time. And it's not interesting. For me, at least. But I'd give it a look. Post a link in Discord and I'll at least check it out. Can't say I'm the nicest person, but at least I'm honest. It'll be short. Even if it's short, can't guarantee I'd do more than click on it, look at it, and then comment on placements. See, that's a completely different style of video, my dude. That's more of a listicle. Top 30 champs to rank up. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't watch that. Sorry. I watch very, very, very few videos these days. Part of being a content creator, I feel, who works a day job, more hours than most people, because I work typically more than a 40-hour week. Part of being a content creator and a gamer and someone with a day job and a wife, like I don't have as much time as it appears, you know. I'm very, very selective with my time, and it's weird because I'm very, very quick with my wallet to buy things I don't need, but I'm very, very, very short to spend my time in ways I feel unnecessary. It's kind of a brutal reality. It's weird. A tick of mine. But I'll make a spreadsheet then. Dr. Daniel, don't let me determine the content you make, dude. A 30 champs to rank up is a good one. I think tier lists are reasonable, and at the very least I'd look at it and fish through for anything maybe I disagree with to hear your opinions on. If it was properly laid out. It doesn't need to be timestamps, just kind of like organized in a way where I could, you know, relatively find what I'm looking for. I'd at least give it a view. But I can't commit to something that might end up being a 60-minute video. Mine, Seaton's tier lists are, they're usually pretty long. Even a top 30, dude, that sounds pretty long. Thanks, Punjabi. I'm glad you appreciate the honesty. Some people take it as a lack of kindness, but I try to be nice, but also, you know, realistic. Imagine a tier list divided by nodes. That thing would be pages long. Yeah, David Lingham. Like, the best defenders, those ones are tough. I think Seaton's best form of tier list, the one that I really, really, really like, is like his best champs to rank 5 and stuff. Because he lists that out by like all the different contents of the game, and then he ranks them for all of them. And it's just really tough. Like, every time I look at that, because I've wanted to do one of those, like, pretty much since I saw a tier list, like the first thing I thought was, oh, make a tier list by content, right? That's the solution. And it's just so hard for me to look at his tier list and just be like, I don't have any valuable input. Like, I really don't. He's just done so very, very well with it. And like, yes, on some I disagree, with some I agree differently, or I think differently, but for the most part, it's just really, really well done. That's probably my favorite style of tier list. But unfortunately, I could never do one of those because it would always be subpar, and I don't want to ever put out a video that feels subpar to someone else's. It can be the same style, same approach, literally a mirror image, as long as I feel like I'm at least on the same playing field. And just, mad respect to Seaton for that, because I can only imagine the amount of time it took him to make it. Because those things, they take time, dude. They take hours of time to be done right and lay out all your thoughts, and let alone record it all in one shot. Does Human Torch deal energy damage? Yes, Sam. Yes, he does. Why? Are you thinking for Psychic Thorns? I believe it's still contact damage, though. It's just energy. Like one every 3 months. That's a commitment, Dr. Daniel. That is a commitment. Ooh, that was a good crack. I liked the feeling of that. Man, that iced tea burned my mouth. Hold on. Oof. Forgot to turn the camera off. All right, I'm back. Here you go. Just make a list of your favorite champs and call it Quantum Tier List. 2 minutes tops. The solution to everything. Yeah, Psychic Thorns. Yeah, Sam, I don't think Human Torch works on Psychic Thorns. His special one kind of will, and his special, just a special one, really. Maybe his special 3. I've thought about doing my top 10 favorite champs in the game. Unfortunately, it ends up being a very, kind of predictable list. But I have thought about it. I do like the idea of using the word quantum in front of anything. Sorry, Sam. Not a ton of options there. Omega Red's tentacle hits don't count. They don't trigger thorns, and if they are, which I've heard people saying they are, it is confirmed by Kabam that they're supposed to not count. Same with like Blackwidow and her awakened ability, the anti-sig. That's not supposed to count. So if it's not working, then it's a bug. Can confirm. But I don't take path 3 personally. I mean, Havoc's by far one of the best options. Ooh, that was loud and scary. Thanks to whoever just subscribed. I still haven't figured out what's going on with my thing, but it's not working, unfortunately. Don't know why. It's just not there. Should be somewhere. I think it's the position. There we go. It was the position. It was, for some reason, like completely off my screen. Hopefully that fixes it in the future. Will show up. So if you just subscribed, unsubscribe and resubscribe, and it should pop up this time. Okay, so if I use an Omega Red and used heavy attacks, it would work on MCOC. It should. Sam, I apologize if it does not, but it should work. I think on MCOC you could even use Blade and Ghost Rider, right? MCOC's a villain. Build up to a special 2 and throw the special 2 and try to heal off of it. I think someone mentioned Havoc. That's probably your best bet for sure. Captain Marvel movie ramped up should work well there as well. But yeah, I would say Omega Red probably will work just fine. I know a lot of people who just blow through Psychic Thorns and they just kind of ignore the Thorns damage by pushing through with like Archangel and like that damage over time as well. That works. Mojo, I think the degen damage, I think his heavy is a full laser, right? So if you just parry heavied, that doesn't sound like a fun fight. Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty brutal. Let's get off of 4 stars after this rotation. We've had our fun. Nice. That was a good crack. How's it going, Coop? Good to see you popping around. Always nice to see faces. It tells me, you know, you're alive and well. Well, alive. Not necessarily well, but hopefully well. We're just going to go aggressive. Free block damage hit. Nice. Just surviving. And you, Coop? I'd say I'm doing pretty good. Still working. Grateful to have a job. The wife is still working. Grateful she has a job. But we're both stressing, you know. Stressful times. New Jersey, New York. We have it pretty bad over here. I don't know about California, but I haven't really heard too much about California. So that leads me to believe y'all are doing, well, probably better than we are over here. Well, he's not dead. I thought I special 2'd. Probably gonna die to a special 3 now. Nice. Okay, that could have gone way worse. Wow, Bishop. How do you feel? Congrats on that, dude. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. She looks like too much effort for me to play and definitely not suicide friendly. So it's tough for me to ever even want to consider, but she does look really fun to play. So that's super exciting. Taxes, Dr. Daniel. Taxes, you know, they're unfortunately just kind of a necessary evil if you believe in the government and their ability to help the general populace. Taxes are what pays to fill in, you know, potholes and pay for schools and fund the general state and stuff. So, you know, while I hate seeing taxes taken out of my check, I say they're just a necessary evil that I accept. Thankfully, I've already filed, you know. I think they extended. I filed like a few weeks ago, though. She's only good low health. Interesting. Is there a reason for that? I thought that she had good regen if you spam the regen. So I was kind of under the impression that she was good just kind of universally. Particularly if you can get through kind of like longer fights and maybe Mystic Dispersion as well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of excited to play Sorcerer Supreme and Storm in Marvel Realm of Champions. Yeah, she does, but she has low-ish health. Oh yeah, she's like super squishy, right? Both her and Storm are super squishy, right? I think that was one of the like unfortunate parts about them. I don't know how good that's gonna hold up in endgame content where you kind of need to be able to sustain through. Maybe the regen will be good enough, but both of them are uber squishy champs. But they're just stunning. They look great. Yeah, Dr. Daniel, they're both bad with suicides, unfortunately. It's really unfortunate. I agree, Coop. Way too many SS champs. But at least they made Sorcerer Supreme like relevant story-wise, right? They wrote her in. I wouldn't mind as much, except her kit feels a little bit stolen. I felt like that was a little unnecessary, but it is what it is. They should really try to bump up the MROC release date. Double P, do we have a release date? I thought it was supposed to release in April. And then it didn't. Or it hasn't yet. But I was under the impression it was releasing this month. Damn, not gonna lie, hearing someone pull the Sorcerer Supreme makes me want to pull calves. So bad. My willpower check, not even pressured, and I already want to spend my units. That's how weak I am. Red Skull, Howard the Duck. My concern, though, with MROC, I think, is that I'm a computer gamer, and a game like MROC looks like it's going to be better, like, not on the mobile. So, like, what makes Contest of Champions, in my opinion, so good in comparison to a lot of similar games or style games or mobile games in general is that when you play MCOC, you don't feel the need to play it on a computer. You don't feel the need to play it on a system. The phone and the controls on the phone, it's everything you need, and you don't feel like you're at a loss for not having it on a different device. That's why I like Grand Blue Fantasy so much. Same thing, but a lot of phone games, they take this huge drawback where you'd honestly just rather be playing it on a different device. And when that's the case, when people start feeling the need to like mod it so you can play it on the computer, or mod it so you can play with a controller, that's when I feel like a game wasn't properly designed for the phone and it should have just been made for a different device. Want to do a Cav or a 10? Whoo, Coop. You never push for the calves. All right, I'll do one. Let me finish this one, and we'll go buy a singled one. You know the rules. I buy one. If it's not a 3-star, I stop. If it is a 3-star, I spin another one until I get something other than a 3-star. Those the rules. That's how I play. Let's go find a calf. See if we can't bring a little bit of the live stream luck. What if I do all of them with you? Coop. I can't spend too many units. I need them. I'm saving up for Abyss, and I'm already doing bad. I hit like 4,000, and I spent some calves. But we'll spin at least one. I wouldn't mind if you spin them with me. I could hang out if you'd like. I don't really want Squirrel Girl. We'll spin the featured anyways. Nah, I'm gonna spin a regular. Yeah, I'm gonna spin a regular. I don't want Squirrel Girl. Here you go. Well, it's already bought. And pain begins. Look at it flash. All those 6 stars like I'm not going to get a 3-star. Magneto. Well, it was a nice little arena break. Ooh, we got that Max Sig Magneto now at least. Look at that. I'm glad I bought a 201 instead of a 301. Back to the grind. Back to the grind. You got to buy a lottery ticket to win the lottery team. That's how we think of that. That's how we think about it. It wasn't a 3-star, Coop. I like your attitude too. It was solid ISO. I got some 5-star shards. You know, and it only cost me pretty much all of the units I've grinded today. But that's okay. It could be worse. Just need to pull some units on my next series of battle chips. It'll be another. Wasn't a 3-star, I gotta do another. No, the rule is if I pull a 3-star, I do another one. Because I can't land on a 3-star and call it quits. But I'll take a 4-star and I'll cut my losses. I'm okay. I gotta do my Abyss. Will Bishop, I am Korean. Dude, props to you for being able to tell. That or you just already knew based off of my name or something. I mean, I'm American. Like, don't expect any kind of Korean culture out of me. But like ethnicity and appearance wise, I'm Korean, yeah. It's easy for Coop to push calves. He doesn't have to think about Abyss of Legends anymore. He's already done his run. Although I need to go watch because you did a lot of ghost in yours, and I might be making that struggle, Coop. I might go in there with ghost myself. Still haven't drawn that Aegon, unfortunately. Ooh, you do want 100%, huh? When are you thinking about doing it, Coop? Are you waiting for the champs? Do you think you'll start forcing it eventually? I forget who it was that joked about, they were like, I'll do it when I have a rank 3 6-star Aegon. And I was like, okay. I mean, save a lot of units that way, that's for sure. Yep, that's why I'm saving too. I don't mind spending money on the game, but I don't like spending money to clear content. It just doesn't feel like the same. So I'm with you there. Get there. So I'm maybe like 6,000 units away from my first run. Maybe more if I don't pull Aegon, because I'm not super confident in my ability. I know a lot of people used a lot less, but I'm thinking it's going to cost me quite a bit of units to do my initial run. So I'm gearing towards probably closer to the 12,000, 14,000 units. Korean shopping complex. What, Will? What does that mean? Jay, who are the best defenders without dupes? Dude, that's a tough question. Give me a quick moment. Annihilus. I'd say Annihilus. Black Panther Civil War is better with his dupe, but you don't need it. Damn, man, that's a tough question. I'd say Colossus is probably better. I see him on path 6, second section, the first node there. A lot of the defenders need duped abilities. Because typically, defenders... Elsa Bloodstone's one of the better defenders without her dupe. Emma Frost can technically do it without dupe. Nightcrawler's better without his dupe. Those are just some. Guillotine 2099 doesn't need her dupe. I don't think MODOK needs his either. Anyways, the point I was getting on, a lot of the defenders need their dupes because... they're like, if you're ranking up a defender, it's what I would call considered a pay to win rank up, and it's not completely pay to win, just what I consider it, and that is because people who are ranking up defenders are either later stages of the game or they've been spending money so they have more accessibility to rank ups, and if you've been spending money, you have accessibility to awakening gems, 6 stones, and just honestly, you probably duped these champions either way. And it's an easier way for Kabam to pull resources out of you. You know, if you're like, oh, Domino's a great defender, but you want her SIG 200 to get the most fun and interactive damage, now you have a sudden reason for people to dump 6 stones into Domino. Look at, like, Tarax. He's someone who you want to have as many 6 stones in as possible to get the most value out of him as a defender. You don't need it, but, you know, you want it. And suddenly you see a lot more players, you know, dumping 6 stones in. Wasp, same thing. You want her as high sig as possible to have, you know, the most fun interaction. I think there's a sweet spot there around like 70 or 80. But yeah, that's kind of the reality there. It's a tough question overall. Whole bunch of Korean stores. Interesting. The global, yep. Cool. Good point there. I don't ever think about the global, but super relevant. Is Havoc a good defender without the dupe? You recently ranked him up for defense. Yeah, he's pretty good without the dupe. He's definitely way better with. Because I think what makes Havoc frustrating is the fun and interactive damage. And that's just more prevalent with his dupe. But I'd say he's still pretty good without. Hold on. Oh, I didn't get the kill. Damn recoil. And I even tried at the end there. Draw is the most underrated defender. Drax? Drax, how can you fight what you can't see? Oh, God. Dobby. What is Gamora? Is it what? No, it might be... Yeah, I think it's what. I think that's the line he says. You got to give Mr. Bautista his props, dude. He crushed it with that role. He's got some great, great improv lines, not going to lie. I love the line when the empath is talking to him, and she's like, "Am I ugly?" And he's like, "Yes, you're hideous." It's just like, just don't even sugarcoat it, man. Just go straight in. Sorry. Guardians of the Galaxy was too funny. They did really well with that movie, I think. Cracking myself up. That's okay. I don't need anyone else to laugh with me because of the delay. I can enjoy memories all by myself. It's fine by me. Sleep. There we go. Nice and clean. Didn't show up the second time around. Slime you. I see it in my notifications here, so it looks like you even listened to me, but it didn't show up for some reason. But thanks for subscribing. Slime, it's either Slime You or Slime Yo, or maybe it's Slimy or Slimy, however pronounced. I'm pretty sure it's Slime, but you never know. Phonetics are weird sometimes. Thanks for subscribing, mate. And sorry that it took me so long to get your name up there. I need to go double check this Alliance War fight real quick. See how that's going. I think we're winning so far. Yeah, but we're ahead on diversity. So that's okay. It's the Corvus Glaive, limited immunity, Caltrops. I think we're gonna win Ghost. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. Jump in with Ghost real quick. Gee, great defender placement there. I think that was a rank 3 6-star Corvus Glaive. Maybe not where I would place him. Not even like using that value there at all. How's it going, Joe Mama? How's it going? I don't even really understand that placement. Not even in the slightest, to be honest. Let's run through this. Gosh, I wish I had Elsa here. We don't. Doo-doo-doo-doo. BB bong. So many paths. Well, might as well get started. You pulled another 6-star from Cavs. You got from the 6.3 run. Ooh. Was it good? Congrats on another 6-star, though. Any 6-star from a Cav is a good time. But who was it? The anticipation, dude. The anticipation makes me want to bite my nails, but I already ripped them off today. Take that mental image and chew it. That was my dramatic drum roll as I wait for the delay to catch up. Ooh, Proxima. Maybe one day that'll be exciting. I'm such a bad person. Still, solid 6 stars. Always a great time to pull a good 6 stars. So, congrats on that. Especially since a lot of times people do use Proxima for that synergy value. So that's a factor. And who knows? Maybe one day Kabam will release content where she's relevant. That'll be nice. I do wonder how Proxima will hold up in dungeons or incursions. Sorry, with the super high health pools, because there's no damage cap in incursions, right? So if you ramp up Proxima, can you just blow people up? Things I wonder. King Hamlet, nah. I'm not good enough, man. That 3-star run took me a good, gosh, I think an hour and 45, 2 hours. Not to mention the time I spent before I sat down and full committed to it. I can only imagine how long a 2-star run would take, and I don't have Ghost for a 2-star run. So probably not. Probably not. It's probably doable, just not by the likes of me. You know who could do that? KT1. Proper faith in that man. I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could. Also, Joe Mama, you were right when you said, I think you'd really like Dr. Doom. He's very fun to play. Very fun, very satisfying. I really enjoy the play style. It's just frustrating that this is pretty much the only use I get out of him outside of the, preparation for Abyss of Legends. You finally ranked up your Corvis to rank 3. Ooh, how's that feel, King Hamlet? Starting to feel that power, huh? Corvus is one of those champs who just directly, power boosts off of the rank up. So ranking him up, there's a significant difference. Yeah, Joe Mama, he is really fun to play. I like him, for these quests. Him and Elsa are pretty much my taxis for the most part. Elsa, most of the time, and Doom when she's on, defense, of course. Do you watch vlogs on YouTube? King Hamlet, not super often, but every once in a while. Pretty much not so much on YouTube so much as I watch them like on Facebook when they show up. But I'm more of a content creator these days than I am a consumer. But if we're talking about people who talk at a camera, I do watch like Matt Pat. If you ever watched Game Theory or Film Theory or any of those, I'm a huge fan. I've also watched... Why am I drawing a huge blank here? I've watched others, but for some reason, brain fart. God, she looks so fun to play. Which incursion crystal should I buy? One with Cap Infinity War or one with Captain Marvel movie? I need to do Cap somehow, but Captain Marvel is my favorite champion after Quake, so I can't decide. Tazo, neither. You should buy the 22,000 generic 5-star one, and you could have a chance to get both. That's me, at least. I don't really believe in the targeted crystals, but if you had me choosing between one of those two, I'd say go for the one with Captain Marvel movie. But I'm super biased because, you know, I've got a rank 5 version of her, but not a rank 5 version of Cap. Okay. Let's get back to the arena grind. How about David Dobrik? That name sounds familiar, but I don't think so, King Hamlet. Love game theory. Studied some macroeconomics in college, and that always stuck with me. Yeah, dude, game theory is really, really well-founded. Sometimes I kind of disagree with the logic, but that's the fun of it, right? You don't have to agree. But some of them, they're just soul-crushing and just awesome, and I love it. It's so fun. Such a good time. I like the film theories, too, a lot. I really, really like the film theories. The film theory is actually why I was talking about how like Ant-Man has so many plot holes. Because this film theory on Ant-Man just absolutely wrecks the whole movie series for you. A 5-star duped Nick, too. Nick and Captain Marvel duo is superior. Oh, Tazo, you've got no reason not to go for the Captain Marvel movie then. You got to give every chance you can to pull that. Welcome back, Owen. Tried to think of something clever, but I could not. I like what you did there with the hey, Jay. Clever. Respect. Mad respect. What other game do you play on your mobile device? King Hamlet, Grand Blue Fantasy. It's also a browser game. I'm playing it right now. I guess that was a really fast flash. But I'm playing it on auto, so it's not too much right now. This is more of a grind, or a passive grind game. Like, you know, when people talk about idle mobile games, IDLE, not IDOL. I've also played, like, Puzzles and Dragons, Infinity Blade. I played Dragalia Lost for a while. Let's see. I played Puzzles and Dragons. All the standard, you know, 60-minute games like Angry Birds and Unblock Me and all that jazz. Tsum Tsum. I was super into Tsum Tsum for a really long time. Thankfully, I got off that because that was brutal. That game addiction is rough. Whew. But otherwise, I'm more of a PC gamer. Although these days, Marvel is honestly my main game, which is kind of weird to say, but it is. And then Apex Legends, and then League of Legends, probably in that order, at least at the moment. Have I ever watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? No, Tazo, but I've wanted to. It looks good. It does look very, very good. Can you play Fortnite on your phone, King Hamlet? Or are you just talking games you're addicted to in general? Hey, is Blackwidow event confirmed for next month? Is this real? Someone posted it on the Discord, and now I gotta go look. Is that, like, confirmed, or am I just being teased? I don't like being teased. Yeah, on your phone. Interesting. King Hamlet, I might give Fortnite a try if it's on the phone, but that's another game I feel like I would want to play on a computer. I'm not huge into gun games that you can't play on the PC, because I'm a mouse and keyboard kind of a shooter, CSGO style kind of a thing. How's it going, America? Welcome, welcome. Maybe you can answer my question about Blackwidow event. I'd really like that to be real. And then I need to beg my wife to let me buy the crystals. I say beg, but it's more of a grovel. Honestly, you know, there's definitely less pride and less, you know, what's the word for when you have any kind of semblance of being a human being and you know, people pity you? Yeah, that. Just kidding. It's more of a conversation than anything else. Me trying to justify spending money on a digital game. Tough. It's tough. It sounds much worse when I say it out loud than when I do it on my phone. She's got headphones on. Yeah, King Hamlet, I've thought about it. The building aspect kind of puts me off. It's really, really, really fun to watch. Like, I really enjoy seeing Fortnite videos, like awesome gameplays and stuff. But it doesn't look as fun for me to play because I'm more centered on the shooting aspect. Like, that's the part I enjoy. I don't really thoroughly enjoy the building aspect when playing. Like, I used to play like H1N1, H1Z1, and like the survival games that require building and stuff. And I wasn't huge on the building so much as I was on the survival portion. That's why I like Apex Legends, you know? Maybe, America. I'd still try to sell you on the Apex Legends pitch instead. Less pride than beg. Exactly, Owen Kellen. There's a lot less dignity in groveling than there is in begging. I feel like begging, you still have a sense of dignity, but once you've moved straight to grovel, you've just thrown that out the window. And dude, if Blackwidow is in a crystal, you know I'm on my hands and knees crying, forehead as far as I can push it into the ground to get what I want, man. To get what I want. God, I would love a suicide-friendly Blackwidow. And not the clairvoyant version. I love my clairvoyant, but I would really, really love a suicide version regular. That would be so nice. Quake is the main character. Is she really? Ooh, interesting. I'll take that into account, Tazo. How do you watch it? What's the service that I have to get? Because I don't have any TV show services, so I don't think I'll be able to. I used to have a mad addiction on Fortnite. Yeah, we don't. I feel like a lot of people do. All of those battle arenas, they're super addictive. Call of Duty Mobile, America, same lineup there. I don't really like gun games on the phone. I've played gun games on the phone, but I don't like the controls. Because I've always been a mouse and keyboard. VR gun games are solid. I really like those. Because of the control aspect as well. But yeah, it's got to be mouse and keyboard or it's got to be VR. I'm not a huge fan elsewise. Otherwise, if it's like a non-online game like Gears of War or something, I can handle controllers, but even then, I'd like honestly still rather have a mouse and keyboard. That's what I'm gonna be doing when or if Morbius comes out. I respect that, Owen. I respect that. Send Disney now. Ooh. I could maybe do that, but it's closed out. That part bothers me. But Disney is something I think I could sign up for. What do you mean, no way? I just said Gears of War. You got something wrong with Gears of War? I played Gears of War 1 and 2. Never played 3, but that was because I had passed the console stage of my life. But Gears of War 1 and 2, they were great. Awesome, awesome games. Really fun to play. You know, especially since I have a twin brother I played with. That was fun. We used to yell at each other if we were struggling or weren't helping each other out. You can watch it on Netflix. You can get 1 month free trial on Netflix. Nice, nice, nice. I'll have to look into it. Netflix I'm less hyped about, but I'm pretty psyched about the idea of Disney. Jay, you a big fan of Gears? I played all the Gears. Yeah, we doll. I only played Gears 1 and 2. I think there is went up to 4, right? But 1 and 2 were amazing. Just absolutely phenomenal games. And that's coming from someone who, even Gears of War scared me. Kind of with the brutality and the gruesomeness of some of the scenes. Just because I'm a pansy, but it was still really, really, really good. I did enjoy. I see it less so that it scared me and more so that it made me uncomfortable. Ever play Unreal Tournament? I feel like I've heard of that, but I don't think I've played. I have a few days I can binge. Maybe if I ever get off Double P, but at the moment, been busy. Plus, I'm watching Yu Yu Hakusho. Episode like 44 or something right now. But that's good to know. I think the 7-day free trial is like semi-permanent, right? So I don't have to worry too much about a timer on that. Do I play Gears on PC with a controller? No, I played it back in the day on console, actually. Damn, I died to that, dude? That sucks. That's why I was saying I never stopped playing after Gears 2. Because then I moved on to PC, and at the time I didn't know it was a PC port or anything. I don't even know if you can play Gears 3 on port or on PC. And I was past that point, and now I'm at the point where, you know, I'm not really looking for a campaign-style gun game. Unreal Tournament is the same engine as Gears of War, made by Unreal Engine. Characters pretty similar. Okay, yeah, probably haven't played it then, America. It doesn't sound familiar. I did play N64 GoldenEye. Only after I had played the Wii remake of it, but I have played the N64 for a little bit. The game was solid. That game I felt was ahead of its time. You don't like the multiplayer in Gears, Jay? I never did the multiplayer. When I played it, I only did the campaign because I didn't have online. So when I say Gears is an amazing game, I'm literally only referring to the campaign. But you got to admit, they had a really good campaign. So I feel like that's justified. Crackdown. Nope, never heard of Crackdown. Mario Kart 64 was my babysitter. Nice. For me, it was Double Dash, Double P. That age difference, you can tell right away. Mario Kart Double Dash. I loved the not the two-player aspect so much as the double control aspect of Double Dash. I really liked that. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing like videos and hearing about it. I just didn't have online, you know? Just sucked. By the time I would have had access to online, I was already into League of Legends, and that started the dawn of League of Legends and Counter-Strike Global Offensive in my life, and those were dark days. Those were dark days. Those were days of wake up, go to school, go to work, come home, play League of Legends for 6 hours, go to sleep for an hour and a half, rinse and repeat. Have not played Gears 5. You single-handed take on gangs, criminal fight criminal groups, and zombies. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds a lot like, is it Dying Light? What's the one where you're the guy and you have to fight this smart zombies and stuff? And you run around doing the missions? I think it's Dying Light. Dude, I hate Iron Man Infinity War. Do I need to win this fight? I think I do. Okay. I think I needed to win that, so I'm glad I did. Ooh, I like a good RPG aspect to a gun game. That's why I like Destiny 2 so much. Mass Effect was good. That game was, you know, about as rated as it should have been, I feel, in hype level. Lots of really good ones out there. But at the end of the day, there we go. All right. Call it quits there. Oh, nice. I didn't need to win that first one. Let's go find and open these battle chips. I only played the campaign, though, of Halo as well. Same thing. Didn't have online, unfortunately. So I missed out a lot there. Let's see, I had 3,900 units when I started, right? Or 3,700. Let's see how bad we break out after buying that Cav. If I can get to 4,000, maybe I'll buy another one. Because I'm itching. That itch is there. I never played the third one, though. Only Halos 1 and 2. Halo was okay. I wasn't the biggest fan of Halo. I didn't like it as much. You know, I don't really have a justifiable reason for that. I just didn't. Pop these open, and then I'm probably going to go back to watching Yu Yu Hakusho. I hope. How close are we to that 5-star? We're not. Okay. That's okay. Let's see. Let's see. Give me 200 units here and I'll open a Cav. You hear that, Kabam? Just 200 units. That's all I ask for. Ah, no Cav. That's okay. Just gold. That said, it's been fun hanging out. I got most of what I wanted out of the arena here today. Shout out to Slime You, Slime Yo, Slimmy You. Just messing around a bit for subscribing, and thanks for hanging out, team. I'll be back sometime later this week. I'm going to try again to get that cheeky 3-star run of the weekly event, and we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Thanks, America. Appreciate that.